Hello everyone. So today we talk about the nervous systems, okay? In the lecture 2 about the part of the brain. So the part of the brain here composed of three different parts as a forebrain. This one, the first one, forebrain. The second one is the midbrain in the middle, and the hindbrain, the third one here. Okay. The part of the forebrain include this area on the top here. And after that, here we have the midbrain at the center here as a green one. And here, the yellow one here indicate the areas of the hindbrain. The evolution of different parts of the brain here will be represented in this diagram. This is represents of the dogfish shark is a kind of a shark, the bony fish as a trout, the amphibian as a frog, and the reptile as, for example, alligators. And we have the bird like this, the small mammal like a rabbit, and even the large mammal like the horse like this. Okay, the arrangement here you can see that the size of the forebrain here become bigger and bigger by the evolutionary levels. Here become bigger and bigger here. The trend is like this. So the animal with the higher evolutionary levels will have larger forebrain. And the midbrain here will be the smaller through the evolution. When the animals here become developed, the size of the midbrain here become smaller and smaller. And here in case of the small mammals and the large mammal, here the midbrain become at the centers of the brain. But the hindbrain here, it is not much change. This is yellow area here, like this. Okay, to this one. So in this area, so it's not much change. Like this. Okay, and the forebrain here composed of many different parts, including the cerebrum, the thalamus, hypothalamus, and even olfactory bulb. Okay, so the area here, this is the big cerebrum, so it's quite large. Okay, and here we also have a thalamus. The thalamus is this one, is in this area. And down here we also have the areas of the hypothalamus, down here. And we also have some kinds of the gland that secrete hormones. Okay, the masters of the hormonal systems, it is pituitary gland, this one. Okay, the functions of the forebrain. The forebrain here basically composed of take control of the learning center to control and relate to the intelligence of the human, and control 5 senses of the stimuli, including the taste, the sight, touching, hearing, or even smelling, and relate to the sensory organs. Okay, and take coordinating and synchronize different set of the muscles. Okay, and take control the kinds of the complex action like walking of the human or even flying of the bird, like this, even relate to the speaking, okay, and even the personality, okay, the skill like a writing skill, okay, or the cooking skill, or even different type of a skill, emotion, okay, or even social behavior, okay, and it's also related to the behaviors of the animal too. Okay, thalamus act as the relay station. It means that the relay station means the areas of the brain that represent the nerve, okay, the nerve of the brain we call the cranial nerve, okay. The cranial nerve here we send from the thalamus here to the different part of the body, okay, in order to take control, and even sometimes it can send the signal here from sensory organ here to the brain, or even sends the signal from the brain here to the effector. Okay, and in some paper here, they also refers the part of the thalamus here will be the pain receptor too. Okay, and the forebrain. Next part is about the hypothalamus. Hypothalamus to take controls of the involuntary reaction, like expansion and contraction of the iris, in order to reduce and increase the amount of light that enter into the eyes. And the gastric secretion of the acid in the stomach can be taken control by this part of the brain. Okay, so we can call this function here as an autonomic center. The second one here will be the controlling of the body temperatures. Okay, sometimes we have fever. The fever here we change the set point of the body temperatures by changing the thermal regulations in this part of the brain. Okay, so we can call thermoregulators. And they take control of the water levels and the salt concentration in the blood here through the different type of the hormones. Okay, for example, the ADH here, the hormone that secrete from the posterior pituitary gland and take control of the water levels in the blood, okay, at the kidney. And they also use the aldosterone that secrete from the adrenal cortex to control the sodium and the potassium. Okay, and the regulations of appetite and satiety, okay, to make you feel hungry or full like this, or even the blood pressure. The blood pressure is take control by this one. Okay. Okay, and another part of the hypothalamus take control the sleep center. Okay, sleep center may relate to the chemicals, relate to the hormones, okay, in the brain. Okay, maybe relate to the serotonin. Okay, the reproduction center, okay, allow the animals here to develop some complex behavior we call cooperative behavior. Okay, and coordinate with the different part of the brain with amygdala. Okay, and the emotional center, okay, take control of the angriness, sadness like this, okay, and it's part that produce the neurohormone as an antidiuretic hormone and the oxytocin. Okay, antidiuretic hormone is ADH to take control of the water levels, but the oxytocin here is hormone that relate to the labeling process. Okay, and different functions, okay, in emotional process. And the olfactory bulb here used for the smelling process. Okay, the midbrain, this part of the midbrain here at the centers of the brain here, it is in this area. Okay, so this one here in the amphibian and fish here, the midbrain here will have the function about with the vision center. Okay, to see the object here, see the picture shared by the eyes like this. But in human, he's not used as a part of optic lobe. Okay, the optic lobe here, the vision center for the human here will transfer to the part of the cerebellum instead of this part. Okay, and the highbrain. The highbrain here we have cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata. Okay, this one is the cerebellum. This one, and the pons is here. And down here, connect to the pons here, we also have the medulla down here. Okay. The first one, the pons here, take control about chewing process here by using the different part of the facial muscles here to bite and to chew the food, and relate to the thinking and memory, short memory process. Okay, take control of the salivary secretion to produce some kinds of saliva from the 3 pairs of the salivary gland and make a facial movement, and take control of the breathing motion for the upper part of the respiratory tract. Okay, and the medulla oblongata here take controls as some part of the autonomic center. Okay, the respiratory center that's sensitive to the carbon dioxide, the acidity, and bicarbonate ion too. Okay, and take control of the heart rate and even sneezing and coughing when we have the irritation that occur inside the nasal cavity or even the trachea, okay, of your body. And the cerebellum here will be the part that take controls about the semicircular canals in the ear, okay, and coordinate the muscle center. Okay, this function here, the hybrid is not take control for one specific muscles, but instead of control one specific muscle, but they link the function of the different type of the muscle together and perform one specific function. Just like when you walk here, or in when you walk like this, you need the muscles from the leg and the leg itself here. At least you need two pairs of the muscle here to perform walking process. So this is function of the cerebellum. Okay, and sometime here, some people may think about the word brainstem. Okay, the brainstem here will be the part of the brain that take controls of the uh, come from the connection between three parts. Okay, that is the spinal cord. Okay, connect to the spinal cord. We have midbrain part and the medulla oblongata and the pons working together. Thank you.